What about ass stuff? Would you want me to eat your ass?
And welcome to another Latino Wida podcast and the Latino Wida podcast. Christian Hennigsmayer, and today I'm with Sonal. I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I did like a production assistant production course, and they like take all your like flaws, your skills, everything, and they give you like at the end like a report. Oh, you should work on this. You should work on this, and they send me like you should network and make like more collaborations with comics that are already like breaking it in the Chicago scene. And this is people from Venezuela. So he did like a research of the best, let's say, Chicago comics, and you are on the list.
¿En serio?
And they're like, yeah,
¿Desde Venezuela?
Desde Venezuela.
Hey, saludos.
They were like, yeah, you should make the stuff with her because she's like breaking it on Chicago. And like, I know her, and he was like, well, do stuff with her. And
Qué
now
chévere.
we're on another Latino without that. Chévere is like super Venezuelan.
Yeah, I love you guys. I'm sorry about your gas prices.
It was like, it's your fault. Like, you did that to us. Why would you do that?
I just really love oil.
She said she is an American, and now I know she is. Like,
Yeah.
she just left oil.
Yeah, aceite de
So-
oliva, petróleo, mis chistes
Yeah,
chafas.
so today's episode, my
Do you want us to speak in English or Hinglish?
no English, yeah.
Oh, qué fome, qué aburrido.
You can do some Spanish, and people are like, she's sexy. But my fridge broke down today, so it's a fortune in disguise. How do you say, like something good in disguise?
A blessing in disguise.
A blessing is
A fortune in
yeah,
disguise is
it
good
is a
though.
fortune. It is a blessing in disguise for Sonal because the shrimps that I have frozen were not frozen anymore. So I was like, I need to cook them. So I make her a really, really, really nice meal. So now you can try it. You can try it. You can say like, this is like I didn't follow any recipes. I followed my heart. So let me know.
Buen provecho.
I will try. I will have them because I believe they're gonna be amazing. Like the sauce.
Cheers.
Cheers with the spoons. Yeah.
Let's spoon.
We just spoon. Okay.
Okay, a ver.
A ver.
Mm.
Yo. This is fire, okay? This is really good.
Está bueno, está buenísimo.
No.
Wow. ¿Qué lleva salsa? What's in the sauce?
Love.
Low. Because it's a really nice balance. It's like tangy. You know tangy?
No.
Tangy
Tangy,
is como like
tangas.
limon. Como tangas.
Como
yeah.
tangas. It's the same.
That's the type of yoga I do. And tanga. And
I cook in tanga. That's why it tastes like that. I just put like a little tongue and I cook.
tangy is like lemon.
It doesn't have any.
That's
lemon.
like you and your tongue.
Okay. Yeah.
Lemon.
Acid.
Citrus. But like that type of flavor. And it's like a little spicy and
It's
sweet.
a little spicy. Yeah. I love when spicy and sweet. I love that combination. Actually. Yeah, you like it? You like it? Okay.
Good chewy texture. Not like too chewy. It's not overcooked.
Yeah, it's not
That's
overcooked.
the trick about protein.
Yeah, no, with shrimp it's like really tricky. You can overcook shrimp so much. Actually, I hate to buy like the ones that are like pre-cooked. I don't buy those because they are like cooked like completely.
And
If
did
you-
you take out the poop?
These were clean.
Yeah.
They have like the shell and everything, but they were clean. But if you are gonna do shrimps, don't buy the pre-cooked shrimps because those are the whole way cooked. So when you heat them, you're gonna overcook them. No matter what you do, you're gonna overcook them. So don't use those ones. But the sauce is like oyster sauce. I put like brown sugar, soy sauce, a little like
Chile.
yeah, it's like a spicy sauce that I had. Salt, pepper, and ginger.
Yeah.
A little bit of
I can
ginger
hear
for
it.
the cake.
Are you guys big ginger heads in Venezuela?
No.
No?
We are. We have like ají dulce. That is like
Uh-huh.
sweet. It's sweet.
Like
peppers,
pimentón?
but it's like sweet peppers, and they're like sometimes you can come out with a spicy one, but they're like more on the sweet side, and that's like basically in all the Venezuelan recipe, and it actually creates like a difference It's like it's really ours. I mean,
Do you guys eat really spicy in Venezuela?
no, we do not. And
Not like
and
Mexico.
they asked me that on Stand the Heat.
Yeah.
With Aaron Klein,
Oh
and he's
no.
like, "So the Venezuelan food is spicy, right?" I'm like, "You are mistaking me for a Mexican. So can you stop being racist, please? Just for a moment. Just for a moment. Don't be racist."
Because India is definitely known for a really spicy food. And I'm not even joking. My dad, one of the reasons he left was because he's like, I'm getting so much heartburn. I need to go to America where my palate is supported.
So your dad is gentrified.
My dad has been gentrified. He like doesn't like he doesn't like bugs or heat. Whenever we go to India, he's complaining immediately. And I'm like, you were ready.
These are your roots, dude.
This is where you're from, dude. You're supposed to like this.
Yeah, don't forget where you're from.
And he loves the winter. I mean, he always keeps the house so cold. That's like his American dream, just a fucking cold house.
I mean, I do like winter, but I believe the streams like this battle between people are like hot summer versus winter, hot versus cold.
Yeah, every season has its
Yeah,
value.
all the streams are really bad. Like, why cannot we have like one like middle? Like for me, best weather that you can have, it will be like 50s, 60s. That with a light sweater, you're good. That's
Yeah.
my favorite fucking weather. I fucking love that. I If I have to choose, I'll go with extreme cold.
Oh, over extreme hot.
Yeah, because it's like extreme cold, you just like it's annoying, but you can like
Layer.
cover yourself and lay yourself more. Annoying as fuck. Your hands will like hurt. Walking on the streets is like stupid because like the wind just hurt your face. But
And you feel the moisture in your eyeballs
Yeah.
freezing.
but
And you're like,
extreme hot is like
is hell.
it's hell. And I remember once with my sister we were in a bus stop. It was like 120 something like that, and we were like just like standing up in the bus stop. No movement. We just standing up when waiting for the bus. And we started sweating.
Just dripping.
Just dripping just by standing. We were not doing any type of movement or exercise. It was so hot that just being like there, just standing up, we start dripping. And that feeling of stickiness, I fucking hate it.
Yeah, when there are places I've been in India where we'll put like a wet sheet on us to sleep. You know, you make the
No.
sheet wet and you put
No.
a fan so that you are cooling the cold of the sheet because it's still so hot.
And you prefer that than cold?
I mean, I would probably prefer that to extreme cold just because if I had to pick, obviously one or the other would be terrible. But, you know, I'm assuming that this extreme heat comes with AC.
And a street like cold will come with
With
someone
a
that can hit
fireplace.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you went for like a fireplace, something nice, and like someone that can.
A physical body.
Yeah, some spicy food, some spicy shrimp. Okay. I always bring topics to talk about.
Oh, very nice. So organized.
Very nice. So
This is very professional.
Thank you. I have one like I love this theory, and I believe if you don't know about it, you will like it. There's a theory that there's 6 levels of separation between any humans. You know that theory?
Yeah.
Well,
6 degrees
6
of
degrees.
separation.
So for the people who don't know, who are listening to us, thank you for listening. From you to whoever, to whatever, to a Japanese baby that is getting born like right now, there's 6 degrees of separation. Meaning, you know someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that will eventually will connect you with a Japanese baby that is getting born right now. And I love that. What do you think about? Do you think first is it true for you? And second, I would love to know like what is the famous person that you're like I'm not that far from this person.
I feel like we're developing an app right now. Like
For that?
yeah, we're looking for funding for our app 6 degrees of
6
separation.
degrees of separation. App.
That would be
Another Latino with an app.
another Latino with an app and like I feel like ancestry.com and 23andme are already developing things like that where you can figure out your genealogy. But that's where you're actually biologically
different,
related
yeah.
to. That's in terms of who you know. I would love to see the data on that. I want to see the 6 degrees that separate me to a Japanese
let's do
baby.
from you to Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Let's go. Like, what do you think could be like
I don't
your
know anyone
links?
that knows that bitch. She sucks. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but you don't have to know anyone, but someone that you know will know.
Maybe
Will know.
somebody who's like in her production
Okay,
or
what is
something.
the most famous person you know from Chicago? Like, or like it's like 1-2 degrees of separation.
I've met Russell Peters a couple of times.
There you go.
You know Russell.
I don't know who that is.
He's this Indian American comedian who he had this really famous bit back in the day that was like somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
I haven't
And he
heard
was
him.
talking about like his American friends would be like, you don't have to take that from your parents. You can be like, Dad, I'm gonna call child services. And then he was
Okay.
like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try this with my dad. And he's like, go ahead. And then the Indian dad is like, go ahead, call child services. There's at least 20 minutes until they get here, and during that time, somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
Okay, I like that. I like that. It is so much true in that joke.
There's so much truth in that joke, and just the idea of discipline as a love language. I don't want to call it abuse. Abuse is different
It's
from
discipline.
from discipline. Yeah, and as somebody who was definitely slapped as a child, I was like, oh, I needed to calm down. I needed that.
Okay, for me, maybe we will get canceled. Slapping a kid bad. Like nothing on the face. I believe touching the face is like hitting the face of a kid is like no of anyone.
Like a random kid or like your
No,
kid?
of anyone. Like you should never slap. I believe like physical abuse. I believe that's physical abuse. Like, but
That sounds good. What's the part that's gonna get you canceled?
that I believe like you can spanking the kids or like you know the pellizco. I don't know how to say that. Like when you
Twist? Oh, pinch.
a pinch to your kid if they're like misbehaving, like badly misbehaving in a place that they should not. They're like, let's say in a museum, they're trying to grab the stuff from the museum. I believe a hard pinch or just like a spanking is okay. And now people will be like, so you're okay with hitting kids? No, but I believe that form of violence is a little bit violence. It can create some kind of discipline on the kid. Like, hey, you're crossing a boundary here, so I'll cross the boundary of not hurting you. Let's say.
I mean, the same way, like if I'm in the ocean, for example, and I'm getting smacked onto the orilla, the beach, the shore by a wave.
I like that you're the one that knows English. I'm like, oh, you need this word? Yeah,
Sometimes
here you go.
when I'm in this mode, I'm like, what is
I'm like, what is pellizco? And you're like, pinch. And you're like, what is short? Like, and she speaks English.
I do, technically.
Technically.
And if I'm getting, then it's a physical conditioning, right? So in the same way that, I mean, sometimes I have a friend that always leaves the toilet seat up, and I'm like, hey, can you please stop leaving the toilet seat up? Finally, I pulled out a knife, and I was like, you. And
Okay,
this is-
finally, I stabbed him 3 times. And since that day,
He learned.
He learned.
Sometimes you just need to stab somebody directly in the dick for them to get a no. It's this tiny little knife, and I'm like, I swear to God, if you leave the toilet seat down one more time, I'm gonna cut your dick off with this knife, and it's gonna take forever because it's a really small knife. And from that moment, he's like,
traumatized.
yeah, because he's like, okay, and I also it's upsetting to me because he's an adult man. I'm like, why don't you hear me the first 100 times that I say it super nicely and from a place of nurturing without the violence?
For me, if people are out there, man, usually that don't always leave the seat up, watch. I believe
Watch out for my
no,
knife.
watch out for Sonal and I believe it's like lasers rays or like they put like laser rays or
To detect all the
to
bacteria?
to detect like what happens when you flush.
Ugh, it's so gross.
If you see that,
You're literally
you
eating
will,
shit.
Yeah, and I'll combine these two. See that, so you see all the material that goes up when you flush. That by itself is disgusting. Second, remember that smells are particles that get into your nose. They're not like air, it's particles. So every time you smell that and you flush, particles of like fecal material is getting into your nose. So fucking put the seat like down before flushing.
Yeah,
It's
the
for your
problem is
safety.
you're talking to people who are literally eating ass.
Okay.
These people, like, if you're already doing blow off of like a toilet seat,
But no, wait.
I don't think that you care about the
Wait,
particles.
No, wait a minute. But because when they're eating ass, there's a reward for it. There's like sexual tension reward from it. Hey, we're
Right.
recording live. Okay. There's like reward for eating ass. In this is like you're just getting fecal material in your nose just because.
And I
It's
mean,
different.
it's just, I don't think that, I don't know if fellas, if you guys realize that women really don't touch the toilet seat unless it's a day that you are cleaning the toilet, and
Okay.
then maybe you use your foot or you use gloves, you know, and you have like bleach in your hands because you're like, because you're just like, oh my god, I just can't. And when you're going in the middle of the night to the toilet and you just like drown your booty in the toilet because somebody has left the seat up,
No.
and you fall into the toilet, you're like, nah! That's what inspires violence.
That's
through-
why. So violence is good, but we got so like the degrees of separation are between the first topic and this. But
And I mean, Taylor Swift is not as fun for me. I
Dude,
find
I
her
don't-
really boring. I find her music, she's like a nepo baby, which is fine just because you're a nepo baby, you know.
I mean, she does amazing on her marketing on.
Sure, she's
the
a
way
businesswoman.
Yeah,
She's a businesswoman more than, but you know, for Beyonce, that's more exciting for me. You know, like
Well,
what are my 6 degrees of separation from Beyonce?
From Beyonce, but like for me, look, I know Jim Jim something I don't remember Weber. I don't. Oh, okay. He was the owner of the Norbar.
Yeah,
At the Norbar,
I know him.
Well, at the Norbar, Hannibal Buress have performed many times.
Yep.
Hannibal Buress knows Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Eric Andre, I'm pretty sure he's like famous enough that he knows like people around like rappers, like famous rappers, and from those rappers to Jay-Z, and from Jay-Z to Beyonce, and that's like 6 levels of separation.
And in that sense, Russell Peters has performed for so many like Middle Eastern billionaires and Saudi princes and Qatari princes. So in that sense, I'm only 1 degree of separation from a lot of
Qatari princesses.
Qatari princes.
There you go. Look, dude,
Holler.
I love this theory. I believe it's really nice to know like all the world is connected.
And then in places like Ireland, they're like, it's 2 degrees of separation
Yeah, like
because everybody knows everybody.
in Venezuela, in Caracas, is like
1.
half a degree of separation.
Yeah.
Like, Venezuelans in Chicago, I believe it's 1 degree of separation.
¿Cuántos hay? How many Venezuelans?
There's a lot.
Oh, wow.
There's a
That's
lot.
so interesting.
There's a lot now, but if you say like, oh, I know this Venezuelan, maybe I don't know that Venezuelan, but
You know
I
somebody
know
who
someone
knows.
that knows.
Yeah.
It's like 1 level of separation. Do you feel like from in India is like kind of the same? There's like just 1 level of separation because there's a lot of people in India.
Yeah, I think that theory still would hold true though, because just you know, the numbers go up. You certainly know more people, and more people are connected to more people. It's not like it becomes 7 or 8 degrees of separation just because
I
the
believe
population
the top
is
is
so big.
well. This theory is it says like the top is 6. You're never gonna be like more than 6 levels of separation from anybody, which is cute. Okay, is cute. Now, if you lick someone's ass, if you eat someone's ass, you are like 0 level of separation, like
Is that
way too
0 level
close,
separation?
way too close.
Are you a booty eater?
I have not ever.
I've
I
never.
I have like finger asses,
Yeah,
but not eat it.
yeah. I mean,
Have your ass
that's
been
where
eaten?
poop comes out of. I have, you know, post shower. It's very polite,
It's very polite.
and I was like, this is cool.
He's like, just like in bed, like, yeah, it's nice, it's cool. I
I'm
fuck
like,
with it.
it's hard to make eye contact with anyone.
Of course. No. In that moment, you don't have to make eye contact. You just like
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
enjoy it. You have to close your eyes and enjoy
Sometimes
it.
you
That's
gotta close your eyes and lay back and
Yeah.
just enjoy.
Okay, we're gonna do a little pause, and we're gonna be back after this commercial. I don't know. We don't have
After this
commercials.
commercial break.
And we're back. We're back. I was eating her ass. That's what we do on the break. And the break was like 1 minute.
Not bad.
I'm so quick. I'm so quick at doing that.
Very polite.
Have you eat ass?
Like a little bit. I think I've like stuck a tongue in there and been like,
But it was like,
I'm good.
but it was like because you wanted, or because the person was like, can you,
'Cause
please?
I was like, let's try. I'm sure if I was in a relationship, I
Okay.
mean, what worries me is how people are jumping straight down there. Like I had a hookup recently
Okay.
where this guy was like, "Oh, I'm poly," and I'm like, "Good for you, dude. Whatever. You're a hoe. Wow, revolutionary." And he
Okay.
was like, And then I went to kiss him, and he's like, "Oh, I wouldn't be comfortable kissing because I feel like that's for." And then he said this woman's name, and I was like, "Oh, does this woman that you're speaking? Let's call her Sarah.
Okay, Sarah.
Does Sarah know that you're talking about her and other women's houses? Because if I was Sarah, I'd be like devastated to know that I'm being brought up in your little polycule bullshit.
He's poly, but I've had
Does Sarah know that you're poly?
I don't
Does
know.
Sarah
But
know that you're talking to me about being
but
poly?
for me that doesn't make any sense. I have one. She was like cheating on her boyfriend. Not cheating, but I have problems with those two words. She was being unfaithful to her boyfriend with me, and but I mean, every time we like it was like we didn't have sex, but we were like super flirty, and many times I
Emotional affair.
no, many times like I just grab her ass, like a kind of like yeah, we get like second base kind of.
You guys are
But
like on
every
a
time
football team.
we were about to kiss, she's like, no, not kissing. No, it's like I believe you will find more problems is that I put my fingers in your pussy that that kissing you. You know, like
exactly.
I don't understand this.
This guy was like, "Oh, I only kiss with women, that we're calling Sarah," and he's like, "What about ass stuff? Would you want me to eat your ass?"
That doesn't make
And
any sense.
for me, I'm like, "Are you telling me that the place where shit leaves my body and is actually connected to my mouth, these are the same system, and you want one to relax and the other one is tightening for you? Your mouth is tight, and you think that where shit comes out of your body is going to be like fully relaxed? Because that is totally fucking insane.
No, it doesn't make sense. No, and it's like I prefer that you are unfaithful by kissing, like.
If you're gonna cheat, use your
yeah.
mouth to mouth.
Yeah, because it's like, is someone like if I'm having a relationship and someone is gonna be unfaithful and they come back like, oh no, I just like kiss her, I just like eat her ass, but I did not kiss her in the mouth. I'll be like, I prefer you just kissing in the mouth. Like,
Because
what
now
the fuck
it's
are
like
you saying?
it's like with the toilet seat, where it's like you're eating
according
poo
to-
particles,
yeah,
and now I'm eating those poo
Yeah,
particles.
according to this, like my girlfriend's gonna be unfaithful with another girl, so my girlfriend's gonna buy it because I said like she eat her ass, her or his or they them ass. I prefer you kiss them. If you come back and she's like, yeah, we kiss, I rather that than you being like, yeah, no, I just suck his dick and that's it. It's like, what are you saying?
What are you, I mean, and also
That's worse.
I don't. I mean, I'm not big time cheater. Are you a big cheater, Christian? Sounds like C.
No. Every time I cross the border of kissing someone else, I was like, I'm doing this because I'm not like truly in love or I don't have like the strong connection that I had with this person, so I should end this instead of like I could have
Instead of building a house of cards.
I
to
never
keep it.
when I did something like that I was like I need to end this relationship
Yeah.
because I'm not there anymore. It doesn't make sense. I cannot understand the people that are unfaithful and they just keep having their relationships. Like I could not.
Right. I've been in a situation where it's like, oh, what the other person doesn't know won't hurt them, and I'm like, yeah, but I'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll know, and I'll be consumed by, because I grew up in a house too where it's just like, as a child of immigrants, we're just lying to our parents
Yeah.
all the time. You know, it's normal to be like, oh, I'm at the library, when it's like I'm actually at a coffee shop doing
Cocaine.
homework.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
cocaine.
homework.
You know, well, Adderall. You know, I mean, just because I was snorting it, no. It's just so I can study harder, faster.
Yeah, this is for sorry, dude. Wait, with your teachers
Trying to
like
get into Harvard.
That's how Indians get into Harvard.
So Indian. We're only doing drugs academically. For research purposes.
Yeah, I cannot sleep today because I had to write more.
I mean, I graduated high school 2001, so I was doing like ecstasy in high school because it was
For
research
For
purposes.
research purposes.
Just because it was like around, and when it's just a little pill. I mean, the idea of doing heroin or something was like,
Yeah.
oh my
It's
god.
too much effort. If they do heroin pills, people will be
It
overdosing
was like
so
a
much.
Bunsen burner, and
Yeah, it's
there was like you got to get
you have to
stuff
do
to a
manual work. You're like,
temperature.
no.
You have to, yeah. If I can just like eat a Tic Tac and then pop an ecstasy and go to a rave, I'm like, I'm just dancing for longer.
So, do you think a good like strategy to make people leave some drugs addiction will be to make the process to put the drug in your body more annoying?
Yeah, and the threat of fentanyl, I think, is
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
annoying.
it's like no, to do fentanyl, you have to do 10 push-ups before, and it's like no, I'm not doing that shit anymore.
Yeah,
I
even like
quit.
5 push-ups. You're
Five-
like, what? No,
No,
I'll
no.
just take sobriety.
Yeah, I'm
fine.
good.
But going back to the lion
But every
thing,
time, if I do it like twice in a day, you gotta do 20 push. I'm
no,
leaving no.
I'll just get high from 2 push-ups and be
That's
tripping
it.
from the 2
You're
push-ups.
like, that's it.
I'm like, woo! I'll see stars. But going back to the lying thing, just even being caught in a lie, for my dad to be like, oh, you're at, Shipra's house. I thought you were at Magna's house. I'd be like, oh, fuck, and just keeping track of the truth is
Yeah.
so exhausting
So exactly.
that then I was like, I'd rather be in a place of honesty and just so I don't have to keep track
Yeah,
of the
no,
lies.
for
And
sure.
one time in college, I was the cheatee because there's a cheater,
Okay,
the
and
cheated, and then there's the third party. Like
Okay,
there's a
yeah.
boy and a girl, they were dating.
Yeah.
And then I hooked up with homeboy.
okay.
And I was such a bitch about it. I was like, nobody cares about this girl, no. And then it was awkward because she and I became friends. And then
Okay.
that felt kind of cunty
Yeah, of
because,
course.
but they were like so on the rocks, and we were so young, and I don't really believe in young people relationships. I think that you should,
You're hearing this on the podcast. Like, if you are in a relationship and you're young, how young?
And
20s?
like,
19?
yeah, 18, 19.
Yeah, you're not gonna last forever. Okay, break up now. Okay.
I give you 6 months, because guess
These
what?
people so in love. We're gonna get married. Yeah, no,
And even if you do, I mean, allow
You're gonna
controversy,
divorce.
allow divorce, allow obstacles,
allow lawyers.
allow yourself to break down and break through.
Get that child support. What?
Get that alimony. But then what? They broke up, and
Okay.
now she's a big old lesbian.
You're gonna hook up with her? You
No,
think
no,
you're
I'm not
gonna-
attracted to her. I'm not
Would
really
you?
into white
Would you
women.
if you were in the in that moment?
In
if,
college, no.
if she's like,
she's
actually, I'm a lesbian, and you're
not
like,
cute.
okay,
no,
that's why he was cheating.
no. I'm into brown girls.
So brown girls that are 20, what age? What range of age?
Like similar to my age, I guess. I mean, and now that I'm older, it doesn't matter if the age doesn't matter as much. But I haven't actually had like a girl moment in a long time. I feel like you don't really get to pick who you like.
Yeah, no,
You know,
I don't.
it
I
just
don't feel
happens.
yeah, I feel that, and so people are like, yeah, you pick like no, you choose to act on it or not, because sometimes you like people that you shouldn't be liking,
Yeah.
but you don't choose to like the person.
You don't choose to feel like you're gonna throw up. That's
Yeah, like-
around
like,
somebody
I-
because you're like, oh, you're pretty. That's just happening.
Yeah, like that happened to me. Like I was 14, something like that. A long time ago. This is like the longest I've been in love with
and have you
someone.
only felt for girls? Have you ever felt that for a
Yeah.
boy? You've never been
No,
like, oh
not
my
for a
god,
boy.
he's so handsome,
I felt like he's so handsome. Actually, like I have a one memory that
and felt like nervous around somebody because you felt like they were just attractive, but not necessarily from a place of being attracted to them.
I mean, I physical attraction, yeah, but I talked with this with Luis Arevalo. Like, I can say like he's handsome, and like like you kind of want to glimpse at them because it's like so attractive, this person. But from that to have any desire to either kiss or have sex or date, it's like I don't get to that point. Like, it just doesn't happen.
I mean, I also read about this in some The Way of the Superior Man, some spiritual
Okay.
gender book, and the way that the guy broke it down was actually so interesting because if we just look at the anatomy of the man is putting something in
Okay.
and the woman is receiving.
receiving.
We're speaking in very binary terms here.
Unless she has like she's pegging.
Chicks
if
with
she-
dicks,
she's
very
pegging,
cool.
Or if she's pegging, she's not receiving, she's giving. But
All good. But we're just speaking from, general binary standpoint that if
you
a boy
fucking
is
bigot.
I know I'm such a Republican.
Cancel.
If the boy and if a woman is already being receptive and on the receiving end, then it would make sense for women to be able to be more receptive with each other
Okay.
than for two men to necessarily both be on the giving end.
Okay.
Right. And then that can, and I mean, even just hearing it as simply like that, because I've always been like, oh, I wish boys kissed more boys. I don't know how it is in South America, but I would be making out with my British roommate who's a girl, and
Okay.
the boys would be. This was in Chile. I lived in Chile for my last year of study abroad, and my last year of university, I did a study abroad, and we came out of this like really deep, really drunk makeout, and all the boys were like,
Well, you saw the movie Challengers?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I'm not gonna tell you. There's a scene that I believe that cuts a
That you
little.
found offensive.
No, not at all. Like, but it cuts with that. It could be like the masculinity, like talking that no, are not gonna kiss another boy. But I believe if you're like,
But
in
even
the
girls
sexual
kissing
tension,
girls,
yeah,
they were really offended by.
yeah, I believe Venezuela is kind of the same.
Wow, because it's such a
No,
American.
maybe not anymore, but
In America, everybody's like, "Oh, we love girls kissing girls." Like, dude, that's hot. And I thought that was a universal thing, but it's very
No.
much not.
no, I believe in Venezuela is because like the mindset is like you are my girl. Let's say like there's yeah, it's machista. It's like really, but that's the way they talk in Latin America. Like Mexicans is usually they're like they have like this mindset. So if you're kissing another girl, it's not sexy. It's like you are like
Betraying
you're
me.
betraying, and now you're a double problem
Me
because
estás traicionando. Ajá.
and you're a double problem because now I gotta take care of the men who are flirting with you and also women who are flirting with you.
Oh, wow.
So it's not something appealing. It's like it's too much trouble. Like,
Yeah, because I was in Chile with my pololo, that's
pololo, yeah,
boyfriend
yeah.
in Chile, and he was like the nicest, most beautiful man, and he was like really upset for like 2 weeks, I think, after
Yeah,
we were
because it's
kissing.
that- yeah.
Every time we passed a woman, he'd be like, "Y a ella, la quieres besar a ella?" And I'm
Exactly.
like, "No,
Ex-
what?
exactly.
We thought we were doing something hot,
No.
like for you guys."
No, it's like double trouble. It's like so now I gotta be like jealous of girls.
Because
like,
he wasn't really jealous of other men, because I think that's something that he could understand.
Okay.
And then the idea of like introducing women into the equation was outside of his
Yeah,
realm of
it was that.
understanding. And he was so mad. I mean, for the first couple of days, he was like, necesito tiempo. I'm like, I
But
was drunk kissing this. I thought boobs on boobs is hot. That's what I come from.
Yeah. No, for us now but it's like you were mine. You betrayed me, and now I gotta take care of men and women now flirting. Women.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to be unaware. Like I have to be aware if a girl is like chasing you. I believe it's like that. But going back to you don't choose who you like. I don't know if this has happened to you. I used to like, and this was I was so in love with this woman, and it was so
When you were
weird.
like 15, this
Like 15, 14, and I met her because she was the girlfriend of my best friend,
Oh, classic story.
and my best friend, he was an asshole to her,
Oh, no.
and all the time he was with her, even after they broke up. I was like, so I didn't ever act on it because like he's my best friend's girlfriend, so I'll never act on it. But I was so in love with her, like badly, really badly. And every time like he treated like her like shit, I was so angry at him. I couldn't tell him like, "Hey, I'm angry because you're treating your girlfriend like shit," because he will be like, "Why are you angry?"
Yeah,
Because
it's
I-
my girlfriend. I can do whatever I want.
Exactly. But I was like so angry. I remember once I was like about to start a fist fight because some people were mocking. They're like making fun of her. Like, yeah, the girlfriend of these guys she's like ugly. Da da da. She looks like that. I was like, I wanted to start like a fist fight. And it's like, if I start a fist fight, it won't make any fucking sense.
¿Y ella sí se daba cuenta?
Uh,
Like, did she realize that you were into her?
I believe during her relationship with my best friend, no. When they broke up, I was like, I okay, they broke up. Like, I need to express like what I felt. So I said to her like, hey, I feel this way, and yeah, nothing ever happened. Just once, like we went to the movies. It was like a large group, but she sat beside me, and then during the movie we hold hands, and dude, it was like my heart like was like fucking racing, and I was like, maybe I have a chance, after being in love with this person for 2 years, maybe I have a chance. And then like the next day she wrote me like a paragraph saying like that was a mistake, I will never do that again, we will never have anything, and I cried for like 3 days.
Oh, that's so sweet. And it's so
So no,
beautiful.
it was so cruel because it's like you just like give me a little bit of hope that I did not have, and now you're doing this. Is like it's cruel as fuck.
Yeah, but allow me to even, recontextualize like how lucky you are to even get to experience
A little bit, yeah.
those things, because people really don't allow themselves to even act on a crush. And I mean, I come from a culture of arranged marriage where, I have a cousin who he married this woman, and the
Okay.
younger brother of the girl that he was marrying was in this like very teenage romance with a different cousin of ours.
Okay.
They were writing to each other like the sweetest
Letters.
letters. And I mean, it was like fantasy, very innocent. Like, and then when we get married, he's going to come on a white horse.
I like this accent.
And
Keep,
it's
keep going.
very pleasant.
Hmm.
And then
Say that again. Say
and
that
then
again.
she's like, and I will be wearing a beautiful white lenga, which is like a dress.
Yeah.
And she's like 15, 16. I'm like, oh, this is so cute. And of course, when everyone's parents came to know what was going on, I think her ass got disciplined, not beaten.
Discipline, not beaten. Discipline. Got pinched, not eaten. That
And he
also.
was pinched. They ate her ass for sure. They fucking ate her, and he
But ate like
was
sexually
I
or.
think no like disciplinary.
Yeah, his dad ate her ass and like whoa, 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 whoa.
And then he was not even allowed to speak to her anymore. And I think that part of her for sure kind of
Died.
this romantic side kind of died, you
Yeah.
know. And now she's whatever age where she's an adult now, and she hasn't fulfilled. She has male friends. She hasn't fulfilled the arranged marriage pact. And I'm sure that I'm projecting there has to be some trauma on her hand
course.
where she's like, I'm scared to even express love and even to express a crush because I was so punished for it.
Okay, we're gonna again, people who are listening on Spotify. First, thank you for listening. Second, bonus content is gonna come out on YouTube. It's not gonna come out on Spotify. So if you're gonna watch here the bonus content, just go into YouTube. We're gonna be posting the
Our
bonus
producers
content.
are hard at work.
We're hard at work. But literally hard. Like we are like erections. Okay. No, but I'm gonna end with this question. The episode, but then we're gonna have bonus content because I believe like this story is
Ándale,
beautiful.
yes.
Do you believe that you can have that like teenager age love again? Because when loving when you're a teenager is another level of intense.
Yeah.
I believe when you get older that dies a little bit. It's a more mature love, but it's not as intense.
I think it depends.
Like at 16, it's like I'll die for her. I'll do whatever for her. At 30, it's like I'm not dying for you. If you die, you're a dumb bitch. But
I gotta go to work.
I gotta go to
also.
work tomorrow.
Let's share Google Calendar.
Yeah. It's,
When-
I mean, I'm not saying it's like less love. It's a different kind of love. But do you believe that you can get again this super intense feeling like your cousin, like that feeling of love with this guy? I believe she might not feel it again.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. And I feel like I'm often surprised. I go through periods where I haven't been with anyone, and I'm like I would love to just have a crush. Not even something that I'm acting on. Just I would love to see somebody out and be like, oh, there he is or there she is, and be like, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
have
blah,
you-
blah, blah, blah.
Are you blowing a dick or are you?
That's me
being
trying
nervous?
to formulate a sentence. That's me when you're like around somebody. You're like,
because people
how are weather you?
because people who are watching they know, but people who are not watching they're like, is she just gagging on the guy? But it's like the same sound. It's kind of the same sound.
and to even have that feeling of discombobulation, I think is so incredible, and to feel so vulnerable, and even to be allowed to experience a crush, I think people don't really give it enough credit because, again, coming from a culture where people aren't really allowed to have those teenage crushes,
Yeah.
and you're not allowed. I don't know what the PDA is like in Venezuela. In Chile, it was like a lot of very intense dry humping everywhere. I think because people like
And
don't.
Venezuela could be kind of the same.
I would love that. I love sharing a bench with somebody, and those two people are like, that's making like very aggressive making out, and you can be because I feel like here in America there's this illusion of, there's so much space, but in a lot of places we're very much on top of each other, and people make such an effort just to avoid sitting at the same bench with somebody, like, give them space. Obviously, if there's limited space, then people will do it, but I don't see PDA as much public displays of affection as much here as I did in
Yeah, no, in Venezuela you can see it like
intense.
people are a little more shy culturally,
and in India you never see it.
but you see it more than here.
In India, you never see it. Anytime I've been with romantic anybody in India, I've been like, you need to walk like 10 feet in front of or behind me because it's already so much tension on us, and you could literally be at risk, of somebody just being like,
just like
she's a whore,
calling you out,
and I always lie.
And you're like, I am. I'm like, what?
I am a whore, and then they're like, why are you beating me? Oh my god! Oh, I like it. No.
Yeah. Keep going. And he's like, this is making me uncomfortable.
So, and that just connects to, I had like a boyfriend in India many years ago, and he took a bus from China or something, from China through Nepal to come back to India, and it was so powerful and so romantic. And then he broke up with me on Facebook Messenger.
You deserve it, you fucking.
This French guy is like, c'est fin, I feel the energy.
C'est fini.
Tout à l'heure,
Yeah, but I would love that to someone break up with me. That's like
on Facebook Messenger.
no, in French, like this c'est fini.
C'est fini,
c'est
moi,
fini,
je
je
t'aime
t'aime, but c'est fini.
beaucoup.
It sounds good.
I
I'm
love
like,
you
yeah,
too
keep going.
much, and for
Keep
me it's torture and.
En Venezuela que esto se terminó, mamá, huevo, you know. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Entonces ya.
Eres un hijo de
period.
Okay. Okay, this was the episode. We're gonna do bonus content. But thank you for watching if you're watching. Thank you for listening if you're listening. And bonus content on YouTube. Bye.
Bye.
You have to say, yeah.
Adios. Bye.
Bye.